Each day that I come to work, I'm so amazed by our staff who show up with kindness, compassion, creativity, and love. From every corner, from every office, unit, and service line in this hospital, there are people going above and beyond to serve our veterans and create an environment of healing and hope. And it's not just our staff, it's the veterans too. They show up. There are days when I'm so humbled and appreciative to not only hear their stories about their time in the service, but their lives after the service too, and the experiences and wisdom that they hold. There's so much hope in our small VA community, and there's so much hope around us. But at least for me, it's also easy for me to lose hope. In this work, I also hear stories of people's brokenness. I encounter people who are looking for wholeness. And it can be really exhausting sometimes. Sometimes it can feel really hopeless. Recently, I was reminded about the Japanese art form of kintsugi. And in the process of kintsugi is that a kintsugi artist will take a broken piece of pottery and mend it with lacquered gold. Sometimes it takes a long time for a kintsugi artist to put a piece of pottery together again. And sometimes the broken pieces will sit on the shelf until it's the right time. But the result is always the same. The vessel is restored to its original purpose. It can hold water again, it can hold food again. Its shape slowly emerges from a pile of broken pieces. And the vessel looks completely different. It's been transformed by the gold. It's more valuable because of the gold. It's actually stronger because of the gold. If a piece of pottery that was mended with kintsugi falls and breaks again, it won't break on the old fracture lines. During the season of Advent, it's the perfect time to slow down and notice the longing that we hold for ourselves, for others, and for the world. Up here in Wisconsin, it's pretty easy to understand the cold and the dark and the longness of winter. But it can also be a seasonal invitation to draw our awareness to our inner spirit. The spaces of darkness, mystery, unknown, to enter in, to sit, rest, and notice. We may find brokenness, and we may also find places where we need hope. So, what's the lesson here? Well, there can be hope in the midst of brokenness. There can be hope in the midst of darkness and a cold winter. In the Christian tradition, hope comes in the form of a helpless, tiny baby. Jesus' birth burst through the darkness of the world, but not into the halls of a palace, but into a stable surrounded by animals, by newlywed first-time parents. Jesus' first visitors weren't royalty, they were shepherds, down-to-earth folks like you and me. And throughout Jesus' life, as he consistently met people where they were in their brokenness, when they were sick, when they were beat down, when Jesus met these people, they were transformed. They understood their incredible worth and value because Jesus showed them his love. Their cracks and brokenness were smoothed over by their new understanding of peace and joy found in Jesus. And more importantly, there was hope because life could be different after they encountered Jesus. For a moment, I invite you to take inventory of what you need for hope today. What would hope smell like? Maybe a home-cooked meal surrounded by family or friends. What would hope look like? Maybe taking time to look into the eyes of a patient and offering some reassuring words. What would hope feel like? Could it be a pat on the back from a colleague who noticed how amazing you are, the incredible work that you're doing? How does hope sound? Maybe like a song that you blast really high on the radio as you commute back home. Find hope and rest in hope today.